So Arsenal have won another Premier League game, but do they care about my mental health? Do they care about my health in general? So again, we dominated, we played really well, but in the end, we have ended up with a very close game where my heart was beating, and like my heart beats anyway in general, just in case you were wondering. But yeah, my heart was beating very quick, very rapidly at the end, and I was like, just get over this game, just get over this game. And that has been the feeling for a lot of fixtures in this season, and I don't know. I don't know what to say. But yeah, I thought in general, obviously, this game, I will say what I will say. Martin Odegaard was the best player on the pitch. He had his mojo back. Obviously, he got the goal, and I haven't seen any team give him that much amount of space at the edge of the box. So, thanks to Brighton, you give him space and you pay for it because obviously, I thought their whoever their left back was absolutely awful. I think Dunk was not that good. I think Dick Cooper or whatever his name is, he was defending Saka. He was bad. Dunk was bad. Saka was physically dominating, going past players with ease. So I thought Saka was. Didn't think Saka was that good because he had a lot of opportunities. Sometimes he created them themselves himself, or he just got long balls where the Brighton defenders just were awful in air. So he got the second balls, and he had the opportunity to go one on one with the defenders. I don't know how many opportunities he had like this, where there were two defenders and he was here, and he had the opportunity to cut in and shoot like that, but he wasn't striking them as well. Just like in the last game, he had an opportunity to score from the edge of the box or inside the box, even he had some space, but he dragged the ball. And yeah, that even in the end, the end chance, he could have just dummied the defender. Like, I think sometimes when you're going so quick, you need that ball to go there when you do that trick. So the defender who is committing here, he cannot stop and he cannot anticipate this. He has to go and slide to this tackle. You have to stop him, turn there, and then calmly score the goal. And this used to happen very often in the earlier days when with the earlier attackers. But the quality of these top quality attackers in this era as compared to that era is pretty much very different, I think. And that shows a lot of times. Even for Declan Rice, he was also brilliant. Like, the attributes Declan Rice has, he will be brilliant in every single game. When the games get stretched and he starts running, striding, and no one can catch him, looks absolutely phenomenal. And obviously, he did pretty well in this right back position as well. But the thing is that I will always talk about Declan Rice and his shortcomings when it comes to passing in tight areas. There were opportunities where he was here, Odegaard was here, Saka was here, and there were two Brighton defenders. He had the opportunity to pass here, but he went on a run, always making these sort of passes. We want these sort of passes. You saw Manchester City, Chucky scoring. You saw what they do. Mostly they make triangles here, and then there is a through ball here, then they cross here. We often go too wide. Our zone is a little here, and then we try to cut in, and then from the edge of the box, sometimes if we get space, we try to shoot. But mostly we are very wide, and we are not close enough to the goal, and that is why we don't get that clear cut opportunities. But Odegaard today absolutely brilliant, passing long balls also. The one lob pass he did to Gyökeres, that was brilliant. And you need a strong physical striker who can dominate, because if Gyökeres doesn't win his shoulder to shoulder there, the physical duel, that looks like a very silly long ball, lob ball, or whatever you call it. So that your strikers also have to be physically dominant, and your number 10 in his striker have to have an understanding that, oh, he is going to ding that pass, so I am going to make that run, etc., etc. So he did that to Gabriel Jesus as well. At the end, he had an opportunity to get a clear cut opportunity. There was so much space here. Gabriel Jesus was running and he passed it to the keeper. So that was disappointing for me. One time he lost the ball, but except of that, I don't think he made a single mistake in this match, apart from two, and two is basically the lowest out of any of the players. Even Declan Rice gave away the ball. Bukayo Saka obviously was very weak in front of the goal today. So I thought, yeah, that is all I thought about this game. I knew that Brighton are not going to be one of those teams that park the bus and just don't have any ambition. They came to Emirates to show their football. They always do, and that is why I love their team, because they give us opportunity and space to showcase our attacking talent. Obviously, Calafiori getting injured in the in that, I don't know what, warm up, and Timber not playing, which is said to be precautionary. Calafiori's injury is said to be a leg injury, which was pretty shocking because you would never think a footballer will have a leg injury, but they have been that weak. So what to do? But yeah, I also thought that a keeper out of his box fouling a player who will go get through if he doesn't foul, that seems pretty much like a red card to me. But I don't know what the rule is. And the one of those Brighton players also kicked the ball to the goal, for which Van Persie has gotten a red card against Barcelona in the Champions League. So, and what Declan Rice got a red card for last season is another level. So, those kind of things I see, and I wonder what bad deeds we have done to get these sort of decisions. But it is what it is. We haven't been that unlucky in terms of refereeing decisions or VAR this season, and we are top of the league right now. And I think Manchester City are coming. They are not going away anytime soon, and it is going to be a proper title race. So we need to keep going. Aston Villa next up. We need to showcase our grit there. I think these sort of performances, these sort of defensive displays are showing that we are vulnerable. And obviously, Aston Villa are going to play next while I am making this video. So I'll have to look at how they are dealing with a game every 3 days, and then they will have to deal with Europa League. So I'm not looking at them as title contenders, but obviously I will be wary of them when they come to Emirates in 3 days' time. That would be a very crucial game, and if we win that game, I think Liverpool looked pretty like Wolves were dominating them in the second half, so they looked pretty um, iffy. I think Bournemouth got beaten 4-1, so they look pretty iffy. So all these teams, I don't know if they will be that much of a competition to Arsenal as of yet, but I definitely think that Aston Villa is going to be a very important match for us. And obviously, Gabriel is back, so we'll have our centre back partnership at least against Aston Villa. Maybe we'll have most probably Julian Timber as back as well, and then we might go with Hincapié if Calafiori's injury is supposed to be serious. But we look at our midfield is sorted. Madueke and Eze not getting minutes doesn't feel right to me. The amount of space Saka was getting, I thought Madueke's pace, Madueke's physicality, Madueke's recent form, I think he deserved to get some minutes, but he did not. Ebreche is his left wing. He's not going to play left wing anytime soon, I think. So that also I don't like. I would have much rather given him an opportunity so that we bring in the control of the ball, and then Eze and Gabriel Jesus combining. I would have loved to see that, but that also we did not see. Let's see the ratings people have got. So Lewis Kelly again 6.2, Saliba 6.9, Gyökeres 6.4. I didn't think these players were that bad, but obviously, okay, Lewis Kelly has not been having his best time at left backs, but I thought he was fine. Obviously, David Ryan, that save, he is a lifesaver, obviously, and when he was cramping up, or pulling his leg. I was very scared because I don't think I won't even take a downgrade to Kepa from David Raya. I think he's very crucial to us, and his distribution, his leadership, his ball collection, his shot saving, shot stopper quality, whatever you call it, everything was fantastic. I don't know if Martin Odegaard and Bukayo Saka both deserved the same rating. I thought Odegaard was much better, but okay. Declan Rice was also more better than 7.2. I thought he was near 8. Uh, Incapie was fine. He did not do anything wrong. Merino, as always, annoying, pushing players for no reason, uh, delaying the ball. But sometimes when he delays the ball, he finds the right pass, which would have been better instead of giving that first touch pass. So it sometimes works out for him, sometimes it does not. But midfield always looks a little vulnerable when he's playing in the number 8 position. And also, I noticed one thing, that Lewis Kelly, whenever he got the ball here and Trossard was here, there was no one here. So he always had to give the ball to Trossard. Trossard used to come here, and then Brighton players would press him here, and we would lose the ball, or Trossard would find himself in very tough positions. So what was Merino doing? Merino was too central. We were trying to outnumber them in midfield. That is one of the reasons that uh, even Luis Kelly's rating is a little bit lower, but I didn't think it was his fault as such. Uh, yeah, I thought Bukayo Saka was 7.8 sort of score I would give him, because he found himself in a lot of promising positions, but he didn't do much of that. At the end, he deserved another assist, though the ball he gave to Martinelli, and he should have scored. We need to be more clinical. We need to be more ruthless. We need to have that killer instinct in us. And if Saka is not feeling his 100%, Madwick has to come in and start. I don't care. So Odegaard is looking good. I don't think he should be dropped for the next game just because he's playing every 3 days. Um, Obviously, I'll want Jordan Timber back so we can play a stable back four and have our best midfield: Declan Rice, Zoe Mendy, and Odegaard. And then obviously Trossard, I would actually play Breche Eze and Gabriel Jesus against Aston Villa. I love to see what we do against Aston Villa when they come at us and they leave spaces. Gabriel Jesus, Breche Eze, Bukayo Saka with Odegaard. Uh, Odegaard at Odegaard at the back of that front three. I think that would be pretty promising. But yeah, I think as an Arsenal fan, we are aging a little bit. It looks very difficult. Manchester City also had a tough game, but they ended up winning, and their win would be more crucial. But I think if we keep our lead, if we are even at equal points to Manchester City come April, they have much harder fixtures than we have, and we should be confident. So as long as we are in the lead, we shouldn't panic. We should keep going game by game. Manchester City are going to play Manchester United away. They're going to play Chelsea. They're going to play Sunderland away as well. So let's see what happens there. And I'll see you after the Chelsea vs Aston Villa game, and we'll preview the Premier League games. Every game I watched in the Premier League this Saturday, and it has been quite decent Premier League Saturday. Not complaining. So yeah, let's see you there. Bye.